Attention all Rotnik Entertainment employees. The live stream will begin shortly. In the event of fatal spring damage, you better run for your lives.
Can you hear me now? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was muted. I was saying, welcome back to the live stream. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm very excited for this live stream. We're gonna have a ton of fun. And do you guys hear Atlas barking in the background? Okay, we're gonna deal with that. So I'm by myself right now, so I have to take care of Atlas at the same time. So if I have to go take a few breaks, I'm so sorry. But we are just gonna get started. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm very excited for this live stream. And we're just gonna get started. So I had learned that I should be setting up kind of goals for you guys, and then if you reach the goals, then you guys should be able to get rewards, right? You know, that's the definition of a goal. But I set up a goal for the beginning of this live stream where if we were to get to 30 likes, we would work on the basement. Well, we blew past that, so thank you all so much for that. You guys exceeded my expectations, which was super awesome. So we're gonna be working on the basement. And I'm sorry, but I must confess something to you. For a while, I have been lying and been saying that outside of this doorway here is Lucy's backyard. But in reality, I do apologize, but I must reveal it's actually her basement. So I didn't mean to tell you guys that until Act 2 came out, but since we're working on the basement, I wanted to show it off now. So here we go. I know, I'm so sorry for the betrayal, but here's the basement. So if you remember, we made this a really long time ago, like a really long, I think it might have been a few years ago. We made this here, so it's kind of a little bit of a step. You go step down, and then you turn the corner, and then you arrive at these gates here. Now, I think this all looks good. I think that the walls could be a little bit better modeled, because like you can see the Christmas tree from over here, but we're going to work on this, and then we're going to add in the bottom room. We're not going to add in the details because I don't want to reveal that yet, but we're gonna work on that. More sneaky our coaster? No, that's rude. I would never be worse than that. Horrible liar. You're never going to be able to recover from this. That's awesome. All right, so first things first. I'm sorry, what? Okay. Okay, you know what, actually, this isn't that bad. This isn't that bad. I thought it was going to be bad, but it wasn't. See, the topology isn't horrible. It makes kind of sense. So, what I was thinking we do first is we kind of remake these walls here because while they look nice and they have decent topology, it's not very extendable. So what I mean by that is if I want to add another wall right here, I'd have to like go here, and then I'd have to apply it, and then I'd have to subdivide it a ton. You know what I mean? So what I think we should do instead is use geometry nodes, which weren't a feature back then. And so, yeah, we're gonna get started on that. Use the elevator textures for the rocks. I don't think I will because these are part of Lucy's texture design, so I want to be consistent. Dorito topology, no, literally, if you didn't see that, look, it's all triangles. It's all little helpsies. They're all little helpsies. That's what I was getting at. That's what the goal was. So we're gonna do this, and then after that, then we will work on doing some more lighting and maybe something else. I'm not super sure, but let's just get started. Little helpsies is crazy. So essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna remap this wall here to the cave wall and hope that everything goes well with this. Oh, okay, I just thought of what we could do at the end of the live stream for a surprise. I can show you a little bit of what I've been working on story-wise, because I've been working pretty hard on the beginning of Act 2, and I'm really proud of it. How did I learn Blender? I learned Blender a while ago. I'd say maybe 2000... I don't want to get the date wrong. Maybe 2011 or 12. And then I learned it from YouTube videos. And then from there, I've just kind of explored different areas. I remember at school, in high school, when I would have free time, I would play around with Blender. I'd be like, okay, what's a feature in Blender that I haven't ever learned before? And then I would try to figure it out. So like I remember doing physics, for example. I was like, okay, I've never really messed with physics before. So one day I just tried to learn how Blender physics work. And I think that's a really fun way to learn because you're kind of going at your own pace. And at least for me, that works really well. But that's how I learned Blender. Yes, leak the ending. I will leak the ending. Well, who's to say I haven't already in one of these live streams? I mean, realistically, knowing me, I absolutely would leak the ending of Act 2. But I don't think I have yet, hopefully. Venge console and mobile port. I would love to. It's just a lot of work, and I probably would need to hire another company to do it. And a company wouldn't be interested in doing it for, like, the 18 people here who play Venge, you know? They would need a little bit more, so make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for a console port, and then we'll make that happen. But, like you did with the ending song, I didn't leak the ending song. I purposely showed it off because I was really proud of it. Oh wait, no, I see. There's already rocks there. Okay, so now we got these white walls here, and this is actually perfect. In the ending, Lucy will say it's Lucy time, and we'll Lucy all over the place. Okay, you didn't have to leak it like that. Like, I was kind of like joking around by saying like it'll get leaked, like, but like you literally just leaked it right there. Like I'm gonna have to rewrite the entire story now. So I'm mad at you now. Okay, so here's, you know what? Now might be a great time to revisit this texture, because this texture is her stone texture, right? Which is, you know, well and good and stuff. And like it's used for this fireplace and stuff like that. But if you notice, maybe the eagle-eyed viewers out here will notice, this thing is super low quality. Like, I can't, like, here, look, if I turn off the filtering, you can literally count the pixels. So we gotta, let's fix that. Let's see. So this, y'all, this texture right here that I'm using, it's not 4K, it's not 2K, it is 1K. For example, what I mean by that, like, each of these rocks are 512 by 512. If you don't really know anything about, like, texturing, that's super low. Like, the quality of this live stream is higher than this texture. Oh my gosh, what was I thinking? So we can upscale this texture. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do that first because I am not. We gotta work on that first. So let me move you over to my second screen here so that I can open up Photoshop. That is really embarrassing. I cannot believe I just discovered that while live. That is super embarrassing. Feel free to bully me over that, because what was I thinking? Like, move those hands? What hands? Wait, what are you guys looking at? Am I spoiling something? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I have everything in my spoilers folder here. Thank you, edit voice. Someone killer in the dark. Love that. Okay, let's open up the material here. Where is it? I gotta name this stuff better. Here we go. Look at this. All right, we're back on the main screen here. Here we are. Check this out. Oh, it's playing a revenge story. Nice. Like, literally, this is only 512 pixels. Oh, no. I did not mean to do that. This is only 512 pixels. Like, you can literally count the pixels here. This is so freaking embarrassing. I have no idea what this is about. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to remake these textures here, first and foremost. So let's upscale this by 4 times. Look. Okay, for comparison, look at the size of the original texture versus the new texture. Like, there are some paintings in Lucy's house that are smaller, that are bigger than this texture right here. I think this illustrates it really well. Like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Okay, so I have no idea why I did this. Okay, like, literally, okay, you know what we're gonna do? We are going to, well, so I can't, like, if I zoom in here, you can see everything is in like 4x4 chunks, and that's because we just upscaled it, but it's obviously not gonna gain detail because we just upscaled it. So we have to remake these textures here. Fortunately, I tend to be pretty good at keeping track of my root assets, so I think it should be fairly simple to remake these, but let me just check this out. So marble, leather, was it concrete? Oh no, I don't see it. It's brick. Brick, maybe, yeah. Yeah, this kind of looks like brick. It looks like more stone to me, to be honest, but I could imagine that it's... No, it's not brick. Okay. Rock. Oh, I bet it's rock. Is this it? No. I say that as I literally don't have the texture I used anymore. Wait, no I do. No I do. I totally do. Wait, do I? Is this the same texture? No, that's not even close. Not even close. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I have it in my downloads. Well, you know what? No, because I'd have to check the old one. We're just gonna try to find it again. So I mainly get my textures from Texture Haven right here. Wait, let me make sure. Let me open this in a new incognito tab so you guys can't. So in case it like accidentally reveals my address or whatever. So I mainly get my textures from here, so I imagine it'll probably be in here. Do you guys see it? Here's what it looks like for comparison. I know I didn't make this texture from scratch. It's a little bit too good for me to do that. What was that? Oh, I got a Steam notification. Love that. No, I am using both. I tend to use both, but this one is a little bit easier, but they don't have as much, as big of a category. Oh, catalog, sorry. Okay, what about stone? This is so embarrassing. I'm like, this live stream is already off to a rough start. Okay, CC0 textures. Is it this one? No, it's ambient CG. There we go. Stone. Which texture did I use? This is so embarrassing. No way. Did I seriously lose it? Maybe it's this one? I think it might be this one. We'll open that one in a new tab. Do you guys see it? Maybe it's this one? I really don't think so, though. Oh, no. This is already off to a horrible start. Okay, let's just see this one. Maybe, well, let's grab the 4K version and we will check it out. Yes. Let's see. Please be this one. Otherwise, I don't want to be embarrassed. Is it this one? Oh, that's the same picture we just looked at. What about you? It's not that one. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna let this end up like the sky disc. Don't worry, don't worry. You know what? You know what? This texture sucks anyway. It's not like it was one of my favorite textures I've ever made in Venge. It sucks. We're gonna remake it. We're gonna start from scratch. So, let's okay. So, let's scale this down to 248, and then we're gonna just try to remake the original. And I remember the original it was basically grayscale. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go to vibrance, and we'll turn down the vibrance, which will Atlas. Oh, he's barking at a neighbor. Love that. The rocks mog the texture. Yeah, don't worry, trust the process for real this time. So then what we'll do is we'll grab this ambient occlusion here, and what this will do is we can use this to add shape to the texture here, just like that. So before and after, which helps with, you know, just making it look a little bit nicer. Atlas is stronger than all of the Venge monsters combined. You are very accurate on that. Okay, actually, I'm gonna scale this down to the original sign. Okay, so here's. Okay, yeah. I think this is good. So we're gonna combine these, and we're gonna make them very small, because I would like to have a bigger Atlas to not to use my dog's name, but a bigger texture Atlas to use. So I'm gonna merge these together like that. Oh, I meant to merge layers. Okay. So now what I want to add is a little bit of this sort of roughness. It's raining here. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. I wish it would rain here, but not yet. Oh, wait. This is actually kind of cool. It like adds a little bit of sparkle to it. Almost like it's like a rare, like a gem. Like it has gems in it. I actually like that a lot. I like that a lot. Okay, we're gonna use that. What else do I have? Let's see. I can also add, I want to add a little bit of brick. Now I know the rocks aren't brick, but I think this will actually end up looking really nice. So if we grab something like this and then we multiply it. Okay, we're gonna pretend I did not just do that, and we're gonna try that again. Okay, yeah, if we use this, no, you know what, this texture is not gonna work. Let's try this one. This one looks good. Yeah, this one's a little bit of a brick texture. See, we're not repeating the sky disc mistake ever again, because that was very embarrassing. Okay, here we go. That looks terrible. I'm sorry. That looks terrible. I'm not in a delusional mood today, so don't worry. We're not going to have any delusional moments today. Here we go. And multiply? No. You know what? You know what? Actually, I never liked the idea of bricks, actually, so we're just not even going to bother with them. Let's grab maybe marble. Yeah, I think marble would work, actually. So let's grab the roughness. Do I have... We'll use displacement here. That'll be fine. Yeah, we'll use this. And you know what? I'm gonna break the rules a little bit, and I'm gonna stretch these textures here so they look a little bit more like layers. I don't know if I'm supposed to do this, but sometimes the most unorthodox approaches work the best. Okay. Okay. I like that. It just looks a little bit like nothing. You know what I mean? Like it just looks like nothing. It looks like here's the old one. Here's the new one. It's missing something. It's missing a layer to it, you know? What if I add like this? I might as well just replace it with like, ooh, wait, this helps. I might as well just replace it with a solid gray background, because like it doesn't have any texture to it. Wait. this looks nice. Let me squeeze this shut too. Squeeze it shut. That's a weird way to phrase it. If we just do that. Let's just see how this looks in game. Yeah, let's see how this looks in game. So we're gonna merge these together. Merge the layers, and then we're gonna go and we are going to make this way bigger, just like that. Okay, so new, old, new, old. I like the new one better, to be honest. So we're gonna use the new one. Next, let's grab this coal texture here. I don't remember where I got this one at all, but I think this one should be really easy to replace because it's like, it's just black, you know, like this one is just for the interior or for a fireplace and stuff like that. So I think what we can do is just honestly pitch this, not pitch, this isn't audio. If we just turn the contrast down and we darken the entire image like this, and then we add some sort of rock roughness on top, like perhaps this one right here, which is the same texture this one used, but we are not going to worry about that. We are going to pretend like that did not happen. So let's multiply this in a way that makes it look cool. Not really seeing a lot of options. I do like this though. We're going to use this actually. Then we are going to merge these two together like so. We're going to get rid of that blue because we don't want the coal to be blue. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. And then we're going to do the same thing where we're going to just turn it down like that. And maybe we'll give it a little bit of a, like so. Old, new. Old, new. I think this looks a lot better. It looks a little bit, I mean, it's just higher quality. But because we don't really need that high quality, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to shrink this down to right about here. Oh, it's so close. So this Atlas, he's got to go to bed soon, so I'll have to go put him to bed. But we'll shrink this down because we realistically don't need a coal texture that's that high quality. We can instead use the space for something else, like, you know, this tile texture or whatever. So let's work on this roof tile. This roof tile should be significantly easier because, well, actually, no, let's work on this tile right here. So from what I remember, I think this is, I think I have this one saved. I do not. Of course I don't. Of course I don't. Why would I have it saved? I'm eating my words fully when I'm as like, right now. But I think we'll be able to recreate it pretty easily. So here we'll grab this sort of concrete texture and we'll scale this down. And then I think if we just make this grayscale, I think this honestly might work. New, old. Oh, I used marble. Oh, that's totally what I used. Yeah, that's totally it. So watch, let me grab that marble instead. I think I used this one. Yeah, see? See right here? That's what this is. Do you guys see that, or is YouTube breaking? I know we just gotta work on the textures first. I'm so sorry. We can't work on the basement until we have textures done. Yeah, this is totally that texture. Okay. I'm reading the chat. Okay. There we go. We'll grab this and then we'll use the marble texture here. No, not that one. We'll use the marble texture to kind of accent it. Just like so. And like that. So old, new. Old. I did like how kind of smooth the old one was. I wonder if we can just kind of blur it. I know that's not exactly what you're supposed to do, but I wonder if we can just kind of blur it. No, I shouldn't do that. Okay. Well, so then for this one right here, I'm gonna merge these together. We're almost done. And I'm gonna put this right here. We're gonna shrink this down like so. We can go to the basement without textures? Nah, trust me, we should have textures. Otherwise it'll be a very boring white model. It won't be very interesting. Alright, then this last one we have to do is, blurring is my favorite tool, it is this tile. Now, this one, should be easy. Like, I don't know what else it could be. I don't see it. Wait, no, I think it might be this one. No, it's not that one. Okay. Well, you know what? For this one, we're just gonna upscale it. I could not be bothered to try to hunt down the original source, because this one looks like it was kind of complex. So we're just gonna grab this and we're just gonna use the sharpen tool and we're gonna call it a day. Let's sharpen this up. Here we go. Yeah, we'll sharpen that. Reduce noise. No, not at all. Why? Because I just wanna get to the basement. Okay, there we go. You know what? That works great. And I think we could honestly squeeze this down to a smaller space, because the only thing that really uses this texture is her exterior, and Lucy's exterior doesn't have to be, you know, you don't really see it up close and you don't see it for too many scenes. So I think we could honestly get away with using a smaller texture here. We'll scale it up. Boom. All right. We're good to go. So mainly this concrete texture here, and so old, new, old, new. Let's see how this goes. So let me export this texture. Let me make sure it doesn't show spoilers, which it probably will. All right, now we're gonna break everything. So we go back into the scene here. Ready? It didn't break everything, but it did break a lot of things. So basically what we have to do is, these are all of the stuff that's using the stone texture here, and we have to fix nearly all of it. So what I'm gonna do is, okay, so this looks good, but these ones, okay, yeah. So anything using this side of the texture here, do you guys want to see my main screen or this other screen? Let me get rid of this, because this is gonna throw me out. What do you guys want to see? Let me move you to the other screen. I think it's a little bit more interesting. So if we go over here, this is what the old UV looked like. So from what I remember, this coal was over here. So let's scale this down and move this over here. Like that, nice. And then this was the tile, which has like her little decorations and stuff up here. And so what we can do is just grab this and rotate it all like so. Which everything looks fine. Okay. And then we'll grab this and we'll scale this a tiny bit down. Like so. Boom. Done. All right, let's explore the house a tiny bit and see how these new textures work. And boom. All right. So here's the new chimney. And to be honest, I don't like it, but let's just re-project these textures here, and maybe it'll look better now. You know that we have some higher quality textures. If we just kind of, what is the UV map? Don't worry about it, because these are just kind of props. I'm not super focused on good UVs. But okay, this doesn't look horrible. I think this looks fine. Let's go explore elsewhere. Her kitchen cabinets. Yeah, they look good. I'm gonna go through and fix these textures in a little bit, because I really do miss the kind of brick almost of it. But that looks good. And then what else? Her coal obviously looks good. It's still small. And then these look good as well. Sweet. Awesome. All right. That was a little bit of a side quest, but now we are ready to start the basement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of this here, and we're going to assign this all to be part of that stone texture here. So if I scale it up like that, boom. And it looks really nice, except for some of these are not aligned the right way. So let's just fix that. Make sure that they all are facing the same direction, which it looks like they are, except for this one, which is not. There we go. Okay. And just to verify, if we move this over here, sweet. Okay. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna upscale that, and then we're gonna add some geometry nodes. Well, I don't think we need it, to be honest. I think we could just honestly use a displace map here. And what this is doing is this is going to make the rocks look a little bit more rough, right? It's going to kind of jolt them around a tiny bit and make them look a little bit more dynamic. So let me add that right here. And you can see already that we got some rocks sticking out. Now, this isn't Unreal Engine 5, so we got some vertice limitations here. And so I'm gonna just try to make it look natural without, you know, obliterating everyone's computers. So I think if we kind of push them up like this, that should look good. It's a little bit of a slight bump, right? Then if I add another subdivision surface after this, we kind of smooth everything out. Then I add another displace on top of that. New texture. So we should have, yeah, we have a few. Okay. And then if I scale these, there we go. So then this creates a ton of, so we have one texture to create big bumps like this, and then we have one texture to make small bumps like that. Now, this thing currently has 126,000 vertices, and, you know, as mentioned earlier, we don't have Unreal Engine 5, which, you know, is a blessing or a curse, whichever camp you're in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a what's it called? A decimate modifier, which will get rid of some detail, but get it back down to an appropriate level. So honestly, I think that looks good, right? Maybe a little bit more. So we're at 2,000 vertices. I think we could honestly get away with maybe 3,000. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, let's see how this looks in the model itself. Sweet. So we will have to adjust some levels of the rock here to not clip into the walls. But honestly, that looks good. Well, you know what I can do actually? I can just kind of push them out a tiny bit. There we go. Oh, you know, I should get rid of the old one. That would probably help. There we go. Okay. So yeah, let's push this out a little bit more. But I don't know why this one is so far away. I don't think I instructed it to be this far away. Let's just kind of move this inwards a tiny bit. There we go. All right, then we'll grab here. You know what? I want to show all this stuff in the editor so that we can see what we're working with here. Okay, but I don't want it to cover that. Here we go. And then I do like the idea of kind of having a bit of a gap where you could potentially go down for a while. So we'll keep that. And then right here, we will, right here, we'll have them kind of converge. That's how you pronounce that word. Right into here, just like so. And we'll push this over here, like that. Wonderful. Then I need to do the UVs on here, just like that. Oh, look, that pole ended. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so now we have a little bit of a natural looking rock formation. I do want to raise it up a tiny bit. Oh wait, no, we don't even need to because it has a ceiling. Sweet. Well, let me save on some vertices and triangles by just kind of getting this as close to the edge as humanly possible. So then we're not wasting triangles on stuff that's outside of the map. Here we go. And then this we can move a little bit downwards since we moved that up. Move that downwards too. Sweet. Alrighty. This looks good. Let's see how this looks in wireframe. Not the prettiest thing, but it's fine. That's what we need to do for the detail. Alright, then for this wood panel right here, I need to kind of push it a little bit forward. So I think actually it'd be kind of cool if we literally push it forward. Almost like it's kind of been pushed in a tiny bit more than it's supposed to. We do the same thing for this one and maybe twist it. Just like that. Alright, make sure no other ones are clipping. Nice. Sweet. Wonderful. It'd be cool if it was like built up and to be super scary and then it actually had nothing in it. That would be really funny too. But the basement will have a lot of interesting things in there. I won't be able to do them on the live stream, obviously, but I have done some of them already. So, I'll be able to hopefully develop on that pretty quickly. Just like so. I love these stretch textures on the bottom here. Sounds like Atlas is getting in trouble, so I'm gonna have to go intervene in a second. But let me just get these textures done real fast. His favorite thing in the world. I don't know why he does this, but I guess I can kind of understand the hype. He loves to find trash and just rip up the paper towels in specific. Not like trash like, you know, he doesn't eat out of it really. He just loves the paper towels, and like I kind of can get the hype because, you know, paper towels are fun, but like also at the same time, like they're not that fun, you know? Why are these textures not updating? What in the world? What? What is going on here? Oh. Oh, that's wild. Oh, that's wild. Why do I have two different... What? What is going on here? Why do I... Oh, 'cause... Okay, yeah, there we go. That would fix that problem for us. There we go. Everything is like that? Oh my gosh, are you serious? Wait. What? This is the basement wood. So what's this? This is also basement wood. Why was there two of them? You know what, whatever. Paper towel simulator, no low key. So I'm gonna go put Atlas to bed real quick. I'm gonna send you to the not to the evil brain rot screen because I don't want you guys to leave. So I will be right back. Hang in there and we will continue our modeling in a second. Alrighty, Alyssa's in bed, so we should be good to continue. Guess what he was doing over there? Of course, he was chewing on paper towels. He's such a fun dog. He's so crazy. Anyway, what I was kind of thinking is, what if we kind of arch the ceiling like this a little bit? Yeah, I actually really like that. We're gonna do that. Okay. I think that really looks nice. So if we kind of do it like this, like so, and then there's like some texture issues going on with these two in particular. Oh, and these ones down here as well. So let's just quickly fix those. Nice. So I think if we do something like that, oh, but then we have to fix it up here. Yeah, that'll be pretty simple. Just kind of move this up. Just like so. And like that. And let me kind of merge these vertices. That was a little bit more than I was expecting. Oh well. Sweet! Alright. Then we can put some sort of sign right here. But I don't know if we should do that in that live stream. That might be kind of boring. Or in today's live stream. That might be kind of boring. But just kind of angle this down a tiny bit. I don't exactly know why we have this extra layer here. Or this extra edge loop. So I'm going to move that down. And I'm also going to kind of do that. There we go. Okay, so that looks a little bit nicer. It's almost like a subway. Perfect. So then you come down here. And then I also wanted a little bit more depth down here. So what I was kind of thinking was, instead of having these square pillars like before, I would round them out. Which is something we don't really see in Lucy's house. So I think that would be a good addition to have. So let me do that real fast. Just like so. And then I can do some down here. That. I can do some right here. Oops. Update some textures maybe for the sky discs. Low key. For the sky discs, I think I'm honestly just going to sharpen them as well. But I don't know, they're behind glass, so it might be fine to do without. Oh, I just got a notification that one of my favorite YouTubers just posted a Patreon video. Sweet. I'm gonna watch that when I'm gonna go to the live stream. Okay. So let's round out these like this. I think that should be fine. It's not the most high quality, but you know what? It'll be fine. Let me go. Why is there a door there? Because Lucy has to keep her secrets locked behind a gate. So even though you might open this door up here, you still have to unlock the secret gate door to be able to get in. Lucy's a little bit more protective than it may seem. You got an ad? I am so sorry, but also thank you. Because ads help make Venge possible. So like, I apologize, but also hee hee hee. Here we go. I forgot to round the top parts. My bad. Well, should we even round the top parts? Yeah, we should. That would look a little bit nicer. No, we're not going to. We're not going to. So, just like, oh well, I did over here. Well, you know what? We're gonna get rid of this one because I think flat would look better. And we'll kind of contrast it a little bit more interesting. Add wires because the ADS system is right there. I see what you mean. We can low-key add wires. I think that would be a good addition. Either because the AES system or just her power situation going on. One of those reasons she would have wires. So then this goes just inside of here so we can't see it. Hopefully. Nice. Like so. And then we do have this little opening at the top here, but I'm honestly just going to cover this up really lazily. Just like this, which hopefully you can't tell. Sweet. And let's see. Uh-oh, you need a basement key to unlock the door. No, literally, it's gonna be exactly like that. Okay. So, now we need to add the basement walls here, which should be, you know, pretty straightforward because we set up that whole thing from earlier in the stream. Like so. Just like that. And then we'll set this up like so. Okay, sweet. So now I just have to retexture all of this because I changed it around. Which we can do super easily like that. Oh, but isn't there already a door frame? There's not a door frame, really? Huh. It's kind of surprising to me. I thought I made a door frame already. Okay, well, we're gonna make a door frame real quick. So, Act 1 Madness song? Is that what's playing? Yes. I need to release that song because I really like that song. That song is awesome. I know it gives some of you PTSD, but you better still stream it when it comes out. So, this is my favorite type of architecture, if you can't tell. Just using giant wood pillars. Like, when I eventually get my own house, this is entirely what the house is going to be. Just really large wooden pillars. I think they're called vaulted ceilings, but I love them. Like, a strange amount. You're back. What did you miss? We are basically just continuing our work on her basement. So, not too much. So I say, here's the plan. So I say we texture this room, and then we go in and we see what it looks like in game. So if I just do it like this, there we go. We can get that nice curvature here. And honestly, I'm going to stretch this part up. Well, we can get rid of the top piece here because you can't ever see the top of it. Stretch it up like that. Sweet. Your house is going to be in the basement if I don't finish Act 2? No, no, literally, it will. I will be living in a box on the freeway if I don't finish Act 2. Okay, well, now we have to kind of fix this door because it doesn't really match our new door shape here, which we can do because I kind of didn't fully like it. There we go. No, that made it look worse. There we go. Okay, you know what? That's fine. But I think we'll remove that a tiny bit. There we go. You live in Lucy's basement? How do you live there if there's nothing? If it's not modeled yet? How can you live there if there's no model yet? Are you just like an astronaut floating in space? Love the door. Thank you. I worked really hard on this door. Usually I'm pretty bad at doors, but I think this door looks really good. Except for the clipping, which you all right now are going to pretend that you just did not see that. And we're going to ignore the fact that I did not notice that for 2 years. All right? Can you give us a hint on how to unlock the door? I will as soon as I figure out how to unlock the door myself, because I have not figured that out yet. It'll probably just come in the moment, to be honest. I don't like have like a grand... I mean, realistically, it will probably be, oh, you need a key to unlock the door, so... expect that, I'd assume. I think that's probably the best answer I can give you. So... I don't want you to be able to see through the door, because that kind of defeats the whole purpose of it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll add in an edge loop in the middle here, which I can push inwards. Yeah, like that. I don't know why they're not the same, but you know what, whatever. There we go. Okay, that's much nicer. So you can't see through it, and then it opens up without clipping. Perfect. What do you mean, Lucy imprisoned me for trying to remind her of her past? You need a keyhole, there's no keyhole? Well, there might be a keyhole eventually, so gotcha there. Okay, there we go. Sweet, I think this looks nice. The door should be opened by grabbing Helpsy and making him explode in front of the door. That would be a really smart idea if you were able to keep Helpsy from Act 1. Wait, I can't remember. Did I ping everyone? Yeah, I did. Okay. Here we go. Just like that. Perfect. So, let's work on the basement now. Finally, we got the entrance done. It's not the prettiest. No, we should add wires first. Yeah. Okay, let's add some wires real quick, and then we'll work on the basement. I love adding wires into scenes. It's super easy. I just basically will grab a path, like so, and then into the path settings, I increase the depth, like so. And then I can... Oops, forgot the wires. No, literally. There we go. So then we'll add wires going down like this. This should be pretty straightforward because once I add one or two, then I can just copy and paste it. But like this. Sweet. So maybe decrease the depth a tiny bit. And we'll decrease the resolution because it doesn't need to be super high res. And if we go like this. Maybe this wire is kind of connected to the ceiling up here in some way. Something like this. We don't want it clipping down here though. That. Oh, we should. Let's scale these inwards and like that. There we go. You love how the stream has 50 likes? I know! You guys are being awesome with it. I appreciate it so much. It helps a ton. Any sort of likes or comments on any of the videos, it really, really helps. This channel has been doing really, really good the last few weeks. And I'm really, really excited about that. I really want to be able to grow this thing so that when Act 2 comes out, we have a really good audience. Oh, a really large enough audience. So, I'm hoping we can make that happen. Let me know if you guys have any ideas on how I can, on like the types of videos I can make or shorts or anything that you guys would like to see that would help grow the channel. That's like my main goal. I'm trying to, okay, this is super unrealistic. Like mathematically it's super unrealistic, but I'm really trying to get 10K before the end of the year. I think it might be possible. Mathematically it's saying it's not, but I think we can do it. I think we can defy math. So let's see if we can give that a, we can make that our goal or something. Maybe if we get to 10K, I'll release the Act 2 trailer. How to rizz up the Venge monsters. That would be funny. That would be really funny. Maybe I'll set that as my goal. If we can get to 10K by the end of the year, I'll release the Act 2 trailer. I think that would be fair. When is the Act 1 real world OST going to come out? It should be coming out soon. I'm a little bit demotivated because the Act 0 one flopped really bad and it slowed down my growth a little bit, so I'm kind of holding off on that, but it'll be out soon. I do know that Act 0 is kind of like, you know, that's not the coolest album, so I know like the flipped world is going to do much better than that, but, you know, it's a little bit demoralizing. Same thing with like the 2.0 development commentary series. Like, YouTube did not like that. YouTube did not like those videos, so I put them on pause for the time being, but I will finish them. I think I have a way to make them interesting now so that, you know, they're interesting. You just ran 4 city blocks in the pouring rain? Wow, that is incredible. Good job. I really wish it were raining now. Why did it underperform? I don't know. I think with the Act 0 one, the developer commentary, I think the thumbnail was a little bit too similar to the 1.0 version, and so people just thought I re-uploaded it because it didn't perform very well with my core audience, which is a little bit counterintuitive because you think that's what my core audience would want, but that's my theory. Also, it might just be that people felt like there was something interesting I could say, which I mean they were wrong about, but you know, I can't really control that. So what's the deal with the basement? I can't say much, but the basement is a place that Lucy does not want you to know about. It's like one of her many secrets that you'll discover in Act 2. I'm really proud of the depth that she has for her character, and you know, in her house is a huge storytelling aspect of that, so that's the deal with her basement. Is that where she hides Atlas? Yes, that is exactly where she hides Atlas. So let's go like this. She's so evil. Yeah, no, literally. It'd be a shame if Lucy were evil. Okay, so there we go. I think these are good wires. I think this will work. I do want to add a little bit more over on this side. Maybe, ooh, I like the idea of not extending the floor. So like, here, watch this. We could. We could do something like this, right? And dangle the wires this way. That. And then they could fall down into the void here because the edge doesn't go all the way to the rocks. Lucy keeps floops in her basement. Oh, I'm sure she keeps like at least 20 in her basement for sure. Yeah, I can almost guarantee that. Will Act 2 be a DLC? Yes, it will. So it'll be a part of your path, and then when you buy Act 2, it just gets slotted right in at the end. My hope is to make it as seamless as possible, because I really dislike how a lot of games, especially Mascot Horror right now, are making their different chapters into different games. You know, if not just internally. So, Act 2 will slide right in. It'll be so seamless you won't even notice. So it'll be awesome. There we go. Okay, so here's some wires. They're not the best wires. They're not going to win Wire of the Year award or anything like that. But you know what? They work just fine. For their purpose, they work just fine. So let's just give these a real quick texture. Well, I could probably decrease the resolution of these, to be honest. I think they need to be this high quality. There we go. Well, you know what? I was wrong about that. It's kind of obviously need to be a little more high quality. So let's give these a wood texture, which may sound a little bit strange at first, but inside of my wood texture, I have a rope texture, which I can use. So we'll go like this, which will have this nice little rope texture. Again, not the most high quality texture, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. You guys won't notice. You guys won't leave angry Steam reviews about it in the comments, right guys? There we go. Perfect. Okay. So let's merge this in here, and then this is going to be called I think I just call this basement house wood. And then we have basement house, like so. And then let's make sure that these are part of the set. These need to go inside of the basement. Here we go. It took me a lot longer than I care to admit. Okay, basement. Sweet. So then for the sides of the walls here, what I need to do is extend these down so that it looks actually like there's depth. You're from the future and Act 0 is unplayable because of the low quality ropes. No, literally. And then I would spend like 4 years doing Act 2 2.0 just to improve the quality of the ropes. And then I would release it and no one would care about it. Okay. Honestly, let's just get this tested in the game. Let's just see how this looks. So, this is always the most exciting part for me. So let's export this and let's go into the game. Where's the basement? Hello? Lucy? It's not even in here. What? Wait a second. What's going on here? Why did this not export? Basement. Oh, my bad. My bad, chat. No, we will add lights. Don't worry. We will add lights. It'll just be in a second. So, here we go. Sweet. Alright, let's go explore, shall we? So, I will be your realtor, and you are going to be buying this basement house, and I'm going to convince you that this basement house is not haunted. It's totally worth the effort. So, if we can make our way down here, over on this side. Waiting for it to load. There we go. Oh shoot, I'm getting so many errors on the console. That should be fine. So, this could be your brand new home, guys. Let me give myself a flashlight. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh, it's lagging. Oh no. Let me just give myself, you know what, we're just gonna turn off lighting. Scene lighting false. Okay. So This could be your brand new home, guys. We have a beautiful entrance. Don't worry about this. This does not come with the house. This is the ghost that haunts the basement. So we have no ceiling, and the reason that we don't have a ceiling is because we really believe in like being able to sleep under the stars. So you could sleep right here on this beautiful rug that is also low quality and sleep under the beautiful stars. So let's make our way down here and into this lovely living room right here. Oh, I added vines. Did you guys see that? Look, let me turn back on the lighting to show you. Look, I added vines. Look, isn't that so pretty? Beautiful, lovely house here. Let's turn back off the lighting here. And then if we come over here, right next to the living room door, if we open this, the beautiful basement. So let's navigate down these stairs. And okay, I'm sorry, these ropes are really bad. These ropes are really bad. I am so sorry. These ropes are really bad. Okay, we're gonna deal with that in a second. But if you come down here, boom, we are in our basement. Why does this also look low quality? Oh! Oh, I just realized why. We didn't update the textures yet. That's why it looks so low quality. Okay. We're gonna work on that real quick. We're gonna work on that. Okay, so let me go back over here and we're gonna update the texture. I think it's somewhere right here. Yeah, let's just export that texture. We're gonna pretend like that never happened. There we go. And then let me make sure that this texture is going to be in 4K because you guys deserve that. Does Act 1 need to be beaten to play Act 2? No. So, if you want to, the game will prompt you, be like, hey, you should beat Act 1, but you could totally skip Act 1 if you want to. And then there's also free play as well, so there's different ways to do it, because I don't want to, if you pay for Act 2, you should be able to play Act 2. It doesn't, if you think Act 1 is like the worst thing that's ever graced humanity, like, that's on you. And so I should not be getting in your way of playing Act 2. I really dislike when games do that. So you could play Act 2, you could buy Act 3 and never touch Act 0 and still play it. And I think what it'll do is it'll prompt with a little, like, summary of what happened in Act 1 or Act 2 or whatever you missed. So, like, let's say you skip Act 1, it'll be like, here's a little summary of what happened in Act 1, just for some context. But, yeah. So, definitely do not want to get in your way of, whatever gripes you have with Act 1. I believe that you should be able to play what you want to play with your own game that you bought, So, let me just adjust these textures real fast. What is this using? Okay, this is using accent and then rock bump. Who said Cartoonist 2.0 is better? 2 people did? All I did is just get rid of the boring caves. What do you guys mean? Stumpy has been fighting that very hard in the Patreon server, and I literally do not understand it. I just, like, maybe you guys can explain it. I just made the caves smaller. That's all I did. I didn't ruin anything. Oops, I did not mean to show that. I'm so sorry, whoever that was. I did not mean to show that on the screen. I'll respond to your DM in a bit. I'll edit that out afterwards, but see, yeah, I love Cartoonist. Like, Cartoonist will... Oh, wait, no, it's not even on the screen. Perfect, okay, good. I didn't actually leak your information. Cartoonist, 2.1 has, it's so much more dynamic. The caves look better. It's, it's improved in every way. I mean, maybe her AI isn't as good, which is just because of stupid bugs that I couldn't really care to fix, but, I shouldn't have said that on the live stream. It's, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's, I don't know. I don't agree with your point, but that's okay. We can all have different opinions. Okay, let me give this some metal texture instead. I don't have a metal? Really? Let me just grab steel wood from Act. Yes, you should play the new version of the Cartoonist. It is, in my opinion, it's really, really, really good. Don't ever mention our AI again. I know. Yeah. Okay, metal, I think I have metal in Who is that now unused bunny character? 1 second. I will pull up the image. Let me grab this metal texture real quick. This is my favorite metal texture. I overuse it an insane amount, but it's just so good. Here we go. This one right here. You guys know the texture. There we go. This is gonna come save us. Ooh, wait, I kind of like how it looks when I subdivide it. I just don't know about the overhead, how much... Then maybe if I decimate it. 5,000? Goodness, we don't need that much. Maybe 1,000 is acceptable. Okay. Let's re-export that. When 2.1 released? Fair, fair. Would beam support, tons, crap ton of rope, rock walls, and basement. Yes, that's exactly it. Am I broke? I'm not, like, I'm living on my own, so I don't have a ton of money, but I'm also not, like, I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, but I'm living pretty comfortably right now. But I do have just very expensive hobbies, like Venge, for example. Venge costs a lot of money to make, so... Thank you for watching ads and subscribing and joining the Patreon. If you join the Patreon, I really appreciate it. So let me go into the metal here. Here we go, dark metal. I love this texture so much, it's so awesome. Boom. Look at how nice that looks, so much better. Now, Act 2 is playable. We fixed the problem, guys. It was unplayable before, now it's not. And these rocks look super high quality. They look really wet. I don't know why they look this wet. That's not my goal. But yes, Venge costs, for Unity alone, I just want to give you some context. For Unity alone, Venge cost me $200 a month. So, whew, very expensive. Very, very expensive. You start the next one immediately? Yes. So if you have, let's say you own Act 1 and Act 2, when you finish Act 1, you'll just instantly seamlessly transition to Act 2. No kicking you back to the title screen or to the path or anything like that. I think that's really stupid. You'll just seamlessly go. And then it'll only kick you back to the path once you either reach the end of the game, as in like you reach the end of Act 2, or you reach the point where you don't own the DLC anymore. So it'll just work like that. It'll be super simple, because ideally I imagine Venge as one giant long experience. Right, I'm so sorry, Manfredus. I butchered that, I'm so sorry. But let me show you the bunny. So, let me find it real quick. So, I don't want to reveal the character names of these characters, but I think it's important that we can talk about it. So, okay, that's gonna reveal the character name. I don't want that. Okay, you know what? I'll Gyazo screenshot it. There we go. That shouldn't have the character name. No, it does. Oh, how do I show this with like other name? You know, I'll put it in paint. Yeah. That won't show the character name if I put it in paint. No, it does. Okay, you know what? Hold on. We're gonna have to do new untitled. If I draw all over it, then I put in the character name. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? Photoshop. Photoshop won't show the character name. Yeah. Okay. No, it totally will. How do I not show the character name? Okay, you know what's fine. I'll do this. Ready? So let me just put it in here. So we have, first things first, just to test. We have Lucy, right? This is Lucy. There she is. Then we have Ethics. There he is. Also, look at how small this texture is compared to anything else. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Then we have this character. This character was originally supposed to be something else. This was made back in the Glitch 2.0 days, if I remember correctly. This character is basically gone. I will use this character for background, because in my mind, Rotnik had more than just Lucy and Ethics. Rotnik had like 5 different mascots, or like 20 different mascots, but Lucy and Ethics were kind of the main ones. So that's what this character is, right? Then we got this character. This was the second iteration on this third character that doesn't really exist anymore. This one's supposed to be a skunk. but the design is just so bad, so I scrapped it. It was just like, if you zoom out, you can't really identify it. You know, Lucy and Epix both have really simple designs, but this character was just a little bit too complex. Then we got this one. This one is pretty bad. This one is one of the earlier iterations, and it's alright. It's alright. It's just not the best. Yeah, fun fact, these characters used to be named Cassidy, and then I had named them Cassidy, and then, of course, to my luck, FNAF used the name Cassidy right after me, so I thought that sucked. But now we get into this character right here, who I'm sure you guys have seen before, and honestly, if I can be brutally honest about this character sucks. This character is awful. This character deserves to die, and this character is going to be removed from every single build that has ever been put out. This character is equivalent to a jelly bean. This character, like, has no friends, and honestly deserves negative friends. So everyone make fun of this character, and I will not elaborate further. Alright, let's continue. I missed a comment that I wanted to read. 1 second. At the end of the game, the true ending is Atlas becoming 100 feet big and killing you by stomping on you. That's very Hello Neighbor coded, and I love that. Yes, okay, so that's another thing that, like, really bothers me about modern mascot horror games, is because you're making your game separate, like, every chapter is a separate game, there's no consistency. So, like, for example, any quality of life changes that I'm making to, like, the UI or whatever for Act 2, will be applied to Act 1 and Act 0 because it's all one giant game. But if you make your game separate, then you can't have that. It would just be a lot of work. But, well, then I'm also taking it a step further by making sure that I'm setting up my systems in a way where I can update it. So, like, the new inventory will come to the Christmas game in December because it's all super simple. So, it'll be awesome. Anyway, let's continue. The reason why 2.0 exists. Yes, exactly. Because, like, imagine. Okay, wait. It's not the end of the live stream, but I don't know. Should I show you right now? I don't think I should. I should save it for the end of the live stream. I've got to keep you guys hooked somehow. All right, we're going to do this again. We're going to part 2, right? You guys are interested in buying this house, and I'm selling it to you. So, welcome to the house. Of course, we have the stars above. Over here, we have the beautiful living room with some high-class scenery. So, you know, we got a dog on there for some reason. I don't know whose dog that is. That's Cody. Wait, I should have a vinyl where I put Atlas on it too. I can't get rid of the one with Cody because Cody's has a special place for me. But sell the house. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm selling you this house. So in this beautiful living room, you can control the day and night time, like so. Beautiful, wonderful, right? And you have this beautiful fire. This fire is it's contained, so don't worry, there's 0 chance of it burning the place down. It is super, super safe, as you can tell by these metal bars. We have Christmas tree decor, so it's always Christmas here, we believe that. And you have a beautiful living space. I mean, you have a game room, and you have a ping pong table. Hold on, let me turn the lights back on so you guys can see them. House, set state. Oops! There we go. You have a beautiful ping pong table with an untextured sphere that I completely forgot about. We have a gamers only, so I would imagine you guys are gamers, and this room would basically be your bedroom, right? Anyway, what I wanted to show you was this beautiful basement. So for the basement, we don't have electricity yet, so you do have to grab a flashlight. But once you grab a flashlight, then it's no big deal. That's gonna be too dark. Let me give the buddy flashlight. Here we go. So, the basement is a little bit scary, but just, it's not haunted. If you remember, it was haunted before, but I got rid of the ghost that is currently inhabiting here. I don't know where she went, but anyway, come over here. You can see this beautiful basement. It's a little bit scary, but it's okay, it's okay. So, if we kind of walk around here, look at this, a little nice room, a little nice area to store your secrets. Yeah, that's the house. You guys want to see upstairs? I'll show you upstairs. I need to fix these stairs so that I can actually move. Look, you even have the back faces of these walls. Okay, let me show you upstairs. I'll show you this. I wasn't intending to show you this, but it's fine. This is what I've been working on in the dev log. You guys will see. Oh, we got tar patch. Look at these volumetrics. Can I just pause for a second? Look at these volumetrics. Like, look at this. This is volumetric light, by the way. This is not glass. This is volumetrics. It's so cool. So like if you watch Tar Patch as he swims around, you'll notice he casts shadows. See? It's like real water. And then look, the water like goes around here. Here, if I set it to nighttime. Night. Oh, no. Night. Look. Look at how pretty that is. Look at that. You can thank Act 1 Madness for that, because that's where I came up with the technology to make this work. But anyway, let's turn it back to daytime. And we can, of course, feed Tar Patch. So this house does come with a Tar Patch of its own. You should not touch him, because he has ripped off previous owner's fingers. But he's cute. Over here, we have a beautiful workout area. So we got some weights. There's a 5-pounder. Do I have a flashlight still? Yeah. We got a 5-pound weight right here. We got a 10-pound and a 30-pound. So you can practice your weight. And we got a beautiful area over here. We've got some premium white mom decor. Life Takes Two. We got some beautiful firefly lights that completely stay in their container. What do you mean low poly? It's not low poly. It is a little bit low poly, but it's fine. We have a beautiful observatory. Check this out, where you can see the nature. What's up with the buddy flashlight? Yes. So this flashlight is. Let me drop it so I can show you what it looks like. It's a little Lucy face here, and this is the flashlight that you have in Act 2. So it does unfortunately have a really bad range because it only comes out of her mouth, but that plays in. And then we've got this room. This room is locked. Don't worry about it. We can't go in here. But yeah, the reason the real world flashlight brightness is so bad is because we don't have the right post-processing. So you won't ever have that flashlight. That flashlight does not exist in the flipped world. To illustrate that, I will throw it into the basement. We will not touch that flashlight. Sweet. But there you go. So are you guys sold? Are you guys sold on the... Oh, I didn't even show you the kitchen. The kitchen is the best part. In the kitchen, we have some beautiful decor. We have some handcrafted photos. Yeah. And we have some waffles. These come with the house as well. The guest bedroom? Okay, but I don't have the lighting done for the guest bedroom. And I don't have the lighting done for here either. So it's not going to be the prettiest, but... Here's the guest bedroom. Yeah. Here we go. We have more white mom decor. Live, laugh. It seems like our previous resident has taken off the word love, but we'll repair that by the time you move in. So what do you guys think? Are you guys sold? Oh, look how pretty this new UI is. I love it so much. The bed? Oh yeah, let me point out the bed. The bed is like premium for the flipped world. Like you can see it's made out of really nice high quality twigs. We got a pillow here, which looks like it's low quality, but I assure you it's not. It's high quality. You got a little window peeking out into the observatory. You got some Christmas decor. You got a balloon. You know, a balloon. Nice little balloon. And then a Lucy and Friends poster, which our previous resident has graciously decorated. We hope you appreciate that. And let me turn off the lights. There we go. Anyway, let's go and continue the basement. So how many of you guys are sold? How many of you guys are sold? How much would you pay for it? If your answer doesn't have 7 zeros, then I will be blocking you. Okay. So, you're sold? Good, good. Okay. Who's the previous resident? I don't want to talk about it. I can't disclose that. It would be against the law to disclose who the previous resident was. But rest assured that she's still alive, and she's very happy in her new apartment. Not apartment, yeah. Okay. Loose basement, house, metal. Alright. What I want to do now is I would like to add some more stuff to the basement. So, once again, I have lied to you. This whole time you thought there was only a few materials, but in reality, if you remember, I had previously modeled the basement and I kept some things from there. So one of the things I kept was this. Ready? Boom. Wait a second. It's not what? What? Okay. We're gonna use this. Okay, yeah. There we go. One of the things I kept is this beautiful tile. Like this. Wonderful, beautiful tile. And we're gonna use the tile in the basement. Except for this is not the tile that I remember. I remember it being a different tile. Okay, we're gonna go find the different tile. You know what? We're gonna make our own tile. How about that? That's even better, right? Let's go into data, textures. I'm gonna use a tile that I already have because I don't really feel like looking to the website. But what do we think about this tile? Look familiar? It should, because this is the act. Will we only work on the basement? No, we will not just work on the basement. We'll do something else pretty soon. But I just want to get some of this stuff in place. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just desaturate it. No. We're going to find our own tile. Because I don't actually want to deal with that. So, let me go find tile. So, textures. Where's the search? Here we go. Tile. I want to find like a creepy tile. Oh, ooh, this one's beautiful. This one's so pretty. Okay, we're gonna use this one. Yeah, this one's so pretty. We're gonna use this one, guys. This is gonna be real nice. Okay, let me put this in here. Check this out. Are you ready for beauty? Well, it's probably not gonna be that pretty, but you know, we'll see. This document contains Photoshop data that appears to be damaged. Sure. Look at this tile. Look how scary that tile is. I'm like shaking in my boots just looking at it. Okay. Anyone else scared from this tile? Or is it just me? So, let's move this texture down here. And move it just like so. Perfect. So we don't need this to be... You know what? No, we should make it super high quality. It's not like I'm going to need more of this. So, yeah, exactly. Everyone looks like from SH2. I don't know what that is, but yes, I agree. So what I'm going to do is, obviously this doesn't look high quality enough for Venge's standards. Venge has the highest standards that you can imagine. So, I need to just polish this up a tiny bit. So, let me switch back over here. And I can get rid of this old texture. And, you know, what I'm kind of thinking for this, I think something that would really add to the aesthetic, to be honest, is, like this. See what I mean? Like, I think this really adds a lot to it, and I think... Oh, Silent Hill 2? Yeah. I think this adds a lot to it, and I really think that this shows, like, Lucy's shine. You know what I mean? I think it looks really nice. But... I'm actually, yeah, we're gonna work on that later. We're not gonna work on that right now. Okay, so I have this tile here, which is a different tile, so don't tell anyone. But what I like about this one is this has some... Ooh, look at this. Wait, actually that might actually not be a joke. Watch this, ready? If I get this, and I tint it yellow, why did I say yellow? Tint it red. Oh, love that coincidence there. That was actually kind of funny. Tint it red, maybe like a darker red, right? And then maybe I'll get a bit of a pattern so it's not... Do I have to... You know what, it's fine, we won't do a pattern. Okay, so if I grab this, then what I can do... Oh no, the color overlay should be a multiply, not a normal. There we go. What the hell did Lucy do? What do you mean? Will this work, or will this look stupid? I think this will look stupid, to be honest. Let's just give it a shot. Let's see how this works. So what I'm thinking we do is we can just grab the curve here and like really make the red shine a tiny bit. This. Then what I can do is I can add it over top. Like this. But obviously that red is a little too much. It's a little bit unrealistic, so let's just kind of decrease the vibrance of that. Like so. And maybe a little bit less. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let's save that. Well, I want the tile to be a little bit brighter because I think it'll contrast too ugly with this wall. No, actually, it's fine. It's fine. I changed my mind. Let me save this. All right, let's play with this new texture. This is gonna be awesome. So for Lucy's basement, I obviously want an eerie vibe. I want it to... It's not supposed to be cozy like the rest of her house. You know, Lucy doesn't exactly take care of her basement. It's not in the most up-to-date state. So, what I'm imagining... Am I using a bump map here? Yeah, I am. Okay. What I'm imagining is... Oh, actually, I don't want this anymore. We can... Oh, where did everything go? There we go. So we can do this. So I kind of imagine her house or her basement would look like it have like a straight hallway. And then maybe like this, and then would turn this way. And we're going to ignore the fact that the basement is not under the house. It'll just make my life easier. So we're going to ignore that. We're going to pretend like everyone, I'm going to brainwash you for a second. This little turn here is confusing for you and it throws off your sense of direction. And so then this is truly under her house. But we're just going to pretend like that's the case. Okay. Okay. I'm glad we're at a resolution. Okay. So then I'm going to push it inwards like this. Imagine if you played Oops, the Door Opened, or imagine if Oops, the Door Opened as you open the basement door. Low key. Well, let's see. Does it fit the vibe? Are you all able to see the vision? To me, that fits really well. But I'm curious if you guys also agree. To me, that would make perfect sense because, like, what other secret door does she have? Although, I guess the basement's not really a secret, so... Touche. Maybe it doesn't fit. I don't know. Alright, so I'm just gonna kind of build out a basement wall here. And this isn't what the actual walls are gonna look like. I just want to set something up so that I can put like fake walls almost and on top of it because I want it to look a little bit disheveled. So then I can use this as kind of like a fallback. I don't know if that really makes sense, but I'll kind of explain it, or I'll show you in a second what I mean. So, how old is Lucy? I imagine she's about 24. Maybe 28, something around that range. I don't know about that. The basement could only be found on day 4. I can confirm the basement will not always be unlocked. You won't always be, or not unlocked, but you won't be able to access the basement consistently every day. There will be some requirements that make it so, like, I know it'll be impossible to access on day 1. Because I don't want you to just find every Lucy's secret, you know, on day 1. That sounds kind of lame. So, I can confirm that it will be the case where you won't be able to access everything And also that just kind of makes it, you know, more fun. You must be the first Lucy simp. I'm afraid you are not the first Lucy simp. I'm afraid there are many, many before you, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on what side you're on. Okay, here we go. So let's just get some concrete walls in here. And we will use this as kind of a backup in case something happens to slip through. So let's just texture these right here. And let's play this as we do so. For no particular reason. This looks more like a cave than a basement, to be honest. That's totally fair. That's kind of almost the vibe I want to go for, where Lucy's house up on the top is very polished, very pristine, and Lucy's house on the bottom looks a lot less cared for, and it looks more like an afterthought, and looks more like a storage space almost, not something that she meticulously takes care of, which is the vibe that I'm going for. But it will not look like this. I'm not fully done with it, so don't worry. I'm actually having a lot of fun modeling this. I didn't think I would. Okay, then we'll go like this. All right, perfect. Then we'll connect this to here. Guys, I'm really good at leaving subtle clues. I'm just gonna say that with no context. Okay, so we need to make sure that these line up this, which it's almost there. Like that, and then we'll stretch this out. Perfect. Put a basement inside the basement, inside the basement, inside the basement. Why does Oops the Door Open keep playing? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. When is Oops the Door Open gonna come out? It'll be out with the Act 2 soundtrack, which will come out before Act 2 comes out. So, Act 2 coming out in 2 or 3 more years. My goal is next year. That's a very ambitious goal. It's a very, very ambitious goal, so we will see. But my goal is next year, so hopefully you won't have to wait as long as you did for 2.0. But, I don't know. What is this random song that plays out of nowhere? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Okay, so here we go. Here's like the basic room structure. Oops, the door is not opened. Literally, we do. I would name one of my songs that too, for real. Okay, so now what I want to do is inspired by this wood piece up here. We're gonna add a little bit of, I don't know what to call this. Like a wood frame, a wood ceiling, perhaps? Here's a better picture of that. Beautiful poster the previous resident made for you. So what I'm gonna do is like this. We're gonna move it in like this. Another vibe I'm kind of going for is like grandma's basement that she has not been in since like 1972. You know the vibe where it's like you walk in and it's like musty. Like you're like, okay, so you haven't been living down here, but a bunch of rats have. You know what I mean? So that's hopefully what I'm trying to go for as well. stretch this out a tiny bit. And I kind of want this to look a little bit unstable. Like, I don't want these to necessarily be lined up. So, like, for example, like so. Oops, the door of the secret Lucy's basement is not opened. That's a really good name. I think I might use that name, to be honest. Okay, so then like this. And then we'll... Millions of vines in this place, low-key, but maybe I might do better than vines. Maybe you guys deserve better than vines. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm just gonna get the basic room structure. Maybe we can work on it more in a future live stream. But I really want to just like... This place is not... It's been a while since Oops, the Door Open played. You are very right. It would be a shame if that song played again. Are you guys able to hear that, or is it too quiet? If you don't know, this song is called When the Skeletons Rise, which is another Act 2 song. So, make of that what you will. But I like this one, it's kind of spooky. Is Lucy evil? Define what you mean by evil. Because I think we as a society like use a lot of words to describe someone who's evil, but yeah, just describe what you mean by evil. Like, has she killed anyone? She has a basement, but like, does that necessarily mean she's evil? I would kind of argue no. I would kind of argue no, to be honest. I think Lucy is not evil. Someone who hurts, kills, and is mean? Ooh. Well, in that case, you might have an argument. Rise of the Skeletons? Ooh, that's a good name, actually. I like that. I like that idea. I might low-key rename it. We'll see. But that was actually from a scrapped part of Act 2 when I originally made this song, which I don't think I'll use anymore, but I thought it would make a really good thumbnail for this devlog, so I might actually implement it just for the thumbnail's sake, so I'm not like technically clickbaiting, but I don't know, we'll see. Well, yeah, okay, I shouldn't say more about the game. Okay, so we're almost done with this little wood trim. Is that what you could call it, maybe? I don't know. This wood thing, this wood, like, whatever this is. I'm gonna add a little bit of a wood pillar here. Like so. I gotta angle it downwards. Play Forgotten Tombs. Forgotten Tombs sucks. There's a better song. The melody and stuff of Forgotten Tombs got reused to be I think it's 228 seconds after Trauma. Play the Big Bad Goofy song. Okay, I can play that one. Let me go into the console here. Here we go. Play a certain track. Big... Wait, I don't have this one? Really? Okay, well, we're gonna pause playback. Then I'm gonna play the Big Bad Goofy Fox. Do you guys want to hear the first demo of it? Actually, I don't know if I have a first demo. I have a bunch of temporary ones. Here's like this one. This is called Ethics WIP, work in progress. It kind of sounds similar to the finale. I don't know what I changed. I really love this song though. I struggled so long to make the song work. Like, ask the Patreons, it was really bad. But then once I got it, I like clicked. Whoa. What was that? That was really bad. Whatever that was. Hold on, let's replay that. What was that? I see why it was a demo now. That was honestly embarrassing. That was really bad. I don't know what that was, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh wait, have you guys heard this one? Guess what that is from? Guess what that is? Cause you guys, I promise you won't guess it. Do I have any more work in progress songs? Oh yeah, I have a ton. Do you guys want to? Should we play some of them as I work? Yeah. So listen to this one. Believe it or not, that is Carcass Catharsis. Like, I'm sure that was not on your list, but that was how I started Carcass Catharsis. Let me show you what I mean. So if I open up Carcass Catharsis right now, where is it? Carcass Catharsis. Am I gonna open it in the right version? I think so. Yeah, I know. It's a wild start. Sounds like a clown arcade game music. No, low-key. Alright, so let's wait for this thing to load. Boop-a-doo. Here we go. So here's Carcass Catharsis, obviously. The song we all love, the song that played before the live stream. Ready for this magic? Watch what happens if I isolate here. Oh wait, no, this is different. Okay, so basically what I just played here turned into this. Wait, no, that's actually a different version. Wait. Am I playing the right version? Oh, here we go. So this turned into this. It's really goofy. Like the door sound and stuff, it's really goofy. But listen, but that's the beat that Carcass Catharsis uses. So watch this. Like if, for example, if I go here. Oh wait, if I do this, watch. Isn't that crazy? It's such a goofy beat. But it just ends up working out really well. Sorry, I'm a bit off track, but I want to show you some of the parts of Carcass Catharsis I really love. This part, like right here. I think it's this part. Yeah, right here. It's this specific thing right here where, like, this little, right here. When I was making it, I, like, imagined this is, like, the part of, like, the song where, like, a skeleton is, like, at the edge of the stairs and it trips and it falls down the stairs. It's like... And then each little beat right here is, like, it hitting a stair, like, boom, 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 boom. It's so stupid. Can you imagine it too? It's so stupid. But I love this little choir thing here. It's such a beautiful piece. You can't appreciate the details? Yeah, there's a lot of details. Like here, let me just turn on some of these instruments here. I'm really, really proud of this instrumental. Wait, what's this? I don't think I didn't use these parts. This is what it sounded like. That sounds really cool. But I see why I didn't use it. Anyway, I could go on for hours about all of this stuff, but it seems like I didn't use this because it just made it too noisy. Like, I wanted this part, like, the drop to be very, like, quiet, almost, like, you know, very isolated. But I love Carcass Catharsis. It's one of my favorite songs. It sounds really good. Yeah, no, I agree. It's one of my favorite songs. I loved making it. But let's see if I have any other fun demos that I can show. I have a lot of really weird songs. What's this one? Oh, that was for the extras. I like the water. That's pretty. One of the songs, there's this one song called, what is it called? Oh, would you guys like a video of behind the scenes of the songs? I could totally make that. I would love to make that, actually. There's this one song. What is it called? I forget the name. Oh my goodness. What was I thinking of? What was I thinking of? What song was I thinking of? You guys would like that? Okay, sweet. I'll make a video about that. Song. Oh, right. Yeah. I know what song I'm talking about. Okay. I don't have a name for it yet, but it's kind of interesting song. It's turned out very strange. And I'm not fully sure about it, but let me see if I can try to find it. I think it's a Playground. Wait, what's this one? Oh, that's Act 1 Madness. Is it this one? Oh no, that's the one that I accidentally copied The Office that turned into Sunflower. It might be, what did I call it? The reason that I'm not finding these is because, like, I don't name them very well. Like, for example, Christmassy. Like, I guess it's a Christmassy song, you know? Wait, that's kind of as good. Oh! That was like a fart. That was an awkward ending. I don't remember the song being that good. Oh my gosh. So for context, I was like, I had just made a Halloween song, and I was like, I wonder if I can make a Christmas song. So then I started making that song with no, like, purpose in mind necessarily. And then I was like, it sucks. So then I just never finished it. But I don't remember it being that good. That was not actually that bad. What other songs do I have? This one? Like, here's another bad example of a name. Pinter this Pinter this, now maybe. That one made it. What about this one? Pinter this? No. What about, interesting? Spelt wrong. Oh, that's literally the credit song. This is the first time I made it, I guess. I was like, this is interesting. I mean, it's really low quality. What's this one? This one's called... this one's called Biao Bioao. This turned into the Pinter song, it looks like. What about this cartoonist too? Dream one, I know what that one is. Piano stuck. What's this one? Oh, because I was stuck on this piano song. You know, hence the name. What about Quirky Piano? Or this one. This one is called The Most Interesting Weird 1 Minute of Your Life. Ooh, this is high. This is high bar. Let's see. Ooh. This song is called, what I named it is The Most Weird 1 Minute of Your Life. So far, I don't think it's that weird. It just seems like my bar for what was weird back in the day when I made this song wasn't very high. Because that was kind of a boring song. What about... Oh. Wait a second. There's a song called... Let me show you this name. Secret song that hopefully won't get leaked to what it is, because then I would be sad. .mp3.wave. Wait, sorry. Secret song that hopefully won't get leaked to what it is, because then I would be sad. .mp3.wave. Should I play this? I don't know what this is. I don't know if I should play it. Should I play it? Okay, I'm gonna get ready to move it or to close it. Oh, it's just wet pause or dry pause. That name was very that name was very boring. That must be when I made it. I didn't want people to know that I was working on the bike scene. Yeah, that was very underwhelming. Ooh. I know what I could play for you guys. Check this out. This one's a gem, I think. The very first demo of a revenge story. I think that would be fun.
It's oh so dark, it's oh so quiet. Everything we do struck without riot. Bones crushed and metal squeaked, blushing out of the ground like a devastated spring leak. They tried to run, they didn't make it far. They burned and suffocated in invisible tar. But none of this bothers me, no, it's quite fun. Taking revenge on the chosen one. So there they sleep, not dreaming of course, cause their bone marrow was spilt all over the floor. The time goes on, the mystery dies down, keys to silence. It's all around, but what they don't know, I'll tell you now, this wasn't an accident. No, it was foul, or the dead can't speak. I was with the team. Come here, listen close, cause it was me.
Whoa! Okay, zero transition. There was no transition to that. The best part of the song is when Joe Biden does not sing. Okay, so you may have noticed the voice sounds very much like Joe Biden. And so when I was making this song, I had written the instrumentals. Hold on, let me play it real quick. I had written this part. It's gonna play out of... Where's this gonna play out of? I think it'll play out of here, maybe? Let me reorganize my piano for a second. I don't know why it's all reverby. I don't want that. Okay, so I had written this. Can you guys hear that very well? Okay, so I'd written this part. And then as I was doing that, okay, Sammy, I'm gonna mute you. I'm sorry, I'm gonna mute you. But I had written that part, and I was just kind of like, I didn't necessarily intend to write lyrics for it, but I was just playing, you know, this chords, and then I just kind of like had the idea for the lyrics, so then I started writing the lyrics, but I didn't imagine that I would sing it like I do in the current version. I don't know, I just imagined like a deep voice, and so then I was trying to find like a robot voice I could use, and then I found that one, and then it sounded like Biden, so I thought that was super funny, and so then I used it for the demo until I, you know, got the proper voice. But that's the fun little history of it. But Biden's voice is in the final version during the... Let me show you what this is. During the beat drop, or during the chorus, let me find the exact instrument I use. Basically what I did is this particular program was... Oh no, I permanently muted him, so he won't bother us anymore. But this particular program allowed me to input audio, and then it would convert it into the Joe Biden voice. But so what I did is I was like, I wonder what would happen if I played the piano and then converted it into, you know, the Biden voice. We need a Trump version. And so I did that, and the result was like so good that I just had to put it in the song. So let me see if I can find it. Root samples, recorded voice, a revenge story. No, it's in a different spot. Sound effects, no. Where did I put it? Nope, did not mean to do that. I think I put it in custom vocals. No. Let me just search. Revenge. What? Here we go. I think it's this one. Was it that one or this one? Okay, so I have 3 different audio tracks here, and this is me playing the piano that then got converted into a human voice. And so here's the first one. And I just thought that was like the funniest sounding thing ever. And then there's this one too. Like, I don't know how in the world it got this audio, but so then I ended up merging them together, and now it's used in the chorus. So if we listen to the chorus again real quick.
'Cause it was me.
Do you hear that like clapping sound? That's what that is. It's awesome. It's awesome. But anyway, I think that's enough of the music for now. Let's get back to what we were working on. But that song is a ton of fun to work on, and I'm hoping that I can get it done sooner than later. The ads, they keep coming back. Shoot. Let me see if I can turn them down a tiny bit. I'm not sure if I can. Oh, I accidentally just played an ad. I'm so sorry, everyone. I accidentally clicked the wrong button. I'll pause them after that, though. There we go. I delayed it for 10 minutes. That's the best I can do. YouTube used to let you have a lot more control over how you played ads. But, you don't see an ad? Oh, you got lucky. For some people, they'll get an ad right about now, but, I did not mean to press that button, but thank you for watching the ad. I do really appreciate that. I just saw the viewership drop. That means that people just watched an ad right now. Love that. Okay, so for the ceiling here, I'm trying to figure out how I should make the ceiling. We'll make it out of wood. And then once we make the ceiling here, then we'll go and we'll work on another part of Lucy's house for the final part of the live stream. You don't have ads on? Oh, so what you're telling me is you're freeloading. So I think we can use this. There we go. And then what I wanted to do was... Is really empty? Yes, that's intentional. So I'm actually going to go in off the live stream and fill it up with everything that I'm going to add. But for the sake of non-spoilers, we're going to keep it pretty empty. You're on Patreon? Oh, I see. Yeah, no, you're fine. You're not freeloading anymore. Can you add chests in there? Yes, there will be chests in the basement for sure. We're going to use this different wood pattern here. Or, can you guys hear Alice in the background? He's waking up. But he didn't sleep for that long. We're going to use this wood here. Where Lucy cardboard cutout would fall off? That would be funny. Maybe Loki, I'll do that. Just like that. Okay, so you have this little wood beam here, and then very similar to how Act 1 did it, these wood beams are going to be kind of holding everything up. This this basement looks straight out of Minecraft. Thank you. I will take that as a compliment. That's almost kind of how I imagined it. So I think that's right on track. So I'm going to go like this. It's going to add a little bit more. Like so. And then maybe this much right here. And we'll paste this over here. Just to add a little bit of like realistic framework. If you've ever been in a basement before, they kind of look like this. At least like unfinished basements, you know? Where's all of her secret chest with all the diamonds? That is hidden away. That's like hidden beyond the basement. She's not showing that to you. Okay, sweet. So I think this will honestly be good for now for the basement. I mean, I'll go through this later and I'll add a little bit more detail and add actually the content that's meant to be in here. Don't worry, it'll be just as filled up as the rest of her house. But for now, I think that is honestly good. I do want to add a little bit of pillars here, which are kind of holding up the house. Like so. And yeah. Does the chest have Atlas in it? Yes, the chest does have Atlas in it. Alright, let's export this, and let's check it out in game. So, here we are. Perfect. Now let's see how this looks. Hopefully, this looks awesome. I have high standards, high expectations. That's the right word. Does Lucy have an attic? I would imagine she does. Alright. But I don't know if we'll ever see it in game, to be honest. Alright, so here we are. Oh. Unity. Where you're frozen. Okay, there we go. Let's go check out the basement. Let's give ourselves a buddy light. So that we don't have to look in the dark. Let's go check out the basement. Ooh, spooky. So we walk down these stairs. We're at the door. Let's go through the door. Very spooky in here. This is looking perfect. Very scary, very spooky. Oh, ah! That was the scariest part about it. Sell us the house. Okay, here we go. Here we have this beautiful basement. If you just don't walk too far because the map will unload. Ooh, yeah. Okay, wait, actually that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, hold on. Wait, where am I? I'm lost. Wait, where am I? I'm lost. Okay, over here. Ready, watch this, ready? We're gonna go for a full immersive experience. Ready? Let me grab the audio. Where is it? Where did it go? Here, strings. These are sorted alphabetically, so it's going to be right here. Ready? Full immersive. How was that? Was that immersive? Do you feel like properly in the basement now? What do we think about that? Alright, so to end the live stream, we should work on one final thing. So what I'm thinking we can work on is... Well, we'll do a vote. We'll do a real quick vote. So we can either work on the entrance, or we can work on the guest bedroom. It's really unsettling? Thank you. I agree. So let's do entrance, guest bedroom. This is for both lighting, by the way, so we're going to do some lighting. And then at the very end of the live stream, if you stick around, I will show you what I've been working on in-game. So, alright, I'm going to start this poll. I'm going to go wake up Atlas, and I will be right back. I figured the guest bedroom would win. Alright, let's do that real quick. So, first things first, I know that this balloon has a balloon controller, so let me just real quickly add that. Perfect, okay. Then, yep, okay, there we go. Alright, now we're good to go. Let me make sure this is not static. Let me add this as part of the interactables. So Atlas is all awake, and he should be doing his thing now, so we should be good to go. I'm gonna add this into just here for now. Okay, and now let's do the lighting for the guest bedroom. So, let's go into the guest bedroom ourselves, and we will start doing lighting. Here we go. Let's navigate over there. Open up this room. Perfect. If we click on this, yay, look! The balloon works. Nice. It should have a cursor. I have to add that, but perfect. Okay, so the room is very small. So for lighting this thing, well, first things first, we gotta get rid of this default light. There we go. Oh, that's not good. We gotta fix that. Make the balloon pop. No, I don't want to pop the balloon. Okay, so we're having some loading issues here. Let me just find a good spot to stand. Okay, I think this should be good. So we have these pink lights right here, which I think is going to be a good place to start with. So let me open up here. We'll create our empty. Perfect. All right. You always love how Venge has details like that. Thank you. I'm really glad. I love adding little details too. All right, so let me move in our little temporary light. You can kind of see it approaching on our screen. Here we go. Wonderful. And let's move it into right here, and we'll give it this pink flare. Just like so. Put it one right here. All right, another message. We'll give it a shadow, just like that. I'll put another one right next to it, which I think is a little bit too bright. Make the balloon a random color. Low key, I think that's a good idea. So then, it's a little bit too pink, I think, though. So let me just kind of make this smaller. There we go. And then I think it'd be really cute to have some light coming out of these windows here. So like, hello, welcome back. So if we were to go here like so, and we go like this, like that. Then let me make sure that these curtains here have double collision so that, or not double collision, double shadows so that we can see. Can you play the default house song like this piano song? Yeah, it's like, oh wait, you can't hear it on the screen. I'll play it over and it's like da 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 da. I dare you to read that Steam message. Probably not on stream, but I can read it afterwards. Okay, so look, here's my idea. So then I'll add a volumetric light. Oh wait, this is gonna be so cute. So watch. I'll move it a tiny bit, and then I'll rotate it like this. See? It'll be coming through the window like this, and then we'll make it blue. Maybe a little bit, yeah, like that. And I want to give it a little bit like a leaf cookie, just so it looks a little bit more realistic. Yeah, like that. And then we'll put another one over here, but I think this window doesn't have anything. This window, we can totally make it a little bit bigger. Just trying to make this room also look super cozy. Like so. Though I think this one should be a little bit less bright, like that. Then we have this orange light here. What else does this house need? Oh, we gotta put some white lights up here because there's some white Christmas lights up this way. These ones are very small lights, so we're not gonna make them super bright. You know, just bright enough. Like so. There we go. I like this. And then we need to add a blue light right down here, which acts kind of as a bouncing light. Because like the blue light will come in and then it needs to kind of bounce around the room a tiny bit to make it look a little bit more realistic. So let me add that real fast. There we go. Perfect. And I don't like to have my bounce lights have shadow, which isn't super realistic, but it's fine. So if we kind of mimic how light would bounce like this. Perfect. Check that out. I think this looks really nice. I do want to get rid of these windows because I think they make, well, no, it looks fine. I think this looks really pretty. What do you guys think? There's a hole that leads to the void? Yeah, don't worry about that. I'll fix that later. Ooh, that's the observatory unloading and stuff. And then there's this unloading issue, which is bothering me. But if we just do it like that, then that'll not be broken. I think this looks nice. I think this looks good. So one other thing I can add too is we'll put our chest in the corner here. Just like, where is it? Props, or is it in interactables? I think it's in interactables. Yes, it is in interactables. Why does Lucy make pancakes? I don't think she would make pancakes. I think she's exclusive to waffles. And boom, here's our chest. So let's see what's inside of this chest. Oh, nice. Lucy's strange axe, a strange child picture, and the gate key from Act 1 Madness. This is like the first image you'll see. I don't know why I can't drop things. It's dropping disabled. Weird. But, yeah. Oh, there we go. Now it dropped. I think this looks nice. Can I pop the balloon? I can just hit it with my axe. Maybe if you hit it with your axe, then it pops. I think this looks good. Sweet. So, I'm going to save this. The photo looks lore relevance. Yes, it does. All right, let's save this. And we will make sure that we apply it. So we'll go here. I'm going to move this chest into its own object for now. We're going to call this the bedroom lights. And I'll switch over to my other screen here. And we will put them inside of the house. So, guest bedroom, normal. We'll put in all of our lights into the normal guest bedroom lights, like so. We can get rid of, oops, not that one. Get rid of this one. Then let's get rid of this default point light. Well, let me apply these first. Gotta apply them, otherwise they won't work. Then we can get rid of this point light. Sweet. All right, now if we reload the game, we should see our changes have been saved, and everything is great. Put some lights in the room, to the room outside of guest. I will. Actually, wait 1 second. Let me make the barriers a little bit bigger. I definitely will. It'll just be probably not in the stream. We'll do the hallway in a different one. Okay, so the hallway, lower hallway. Wait, what? Okay, there's some issues going on there. I'll have to fix that. But let me just make this observatory a little bit bigger too. Well, you know what? That's fine. Okay. And let's go check this out now. And boom. Perfect. This looks really cute. I like this a lot. And then our balloon still works. And then our chest over here does not work anymore, but that's fine. We'll have to fix that. I think this looks awesome. And hopefully it still does unload, which oh, it's the entrance that's unloading. That's why. Okay. Well, I'll have to fix that later. I think this looks awesome. Let's see what it looks like when we close the door. Oops. Oh. I'm in the basement now. Okay, so that's a bug. Right, because it unloaded the bedroom when we closed the door. Okay, so I'll have to fix that there. Why is there nothing in the closet? We will add more in the closet in the future. But, yeah, I think that marks the end of today's stream. So, as promised, I wanted to show you a little sneak peek as to what I've been working on. You guys have seen the Act 2 intro, right? I'm sure you guys have. The people who are here are the most dedicated fans. You guys have? Cool. Let me show you the new one, because I think it's interesting. So, ready? Here we go. Wait, hold on. Sorry. There's errors in the console. That'll break it. So let me quickly fix that real fast. What was the error exactly? It says null point start intro cave. Oh. Gotcha. Okay, well, that's really weird. I don't know why this should be happening. Oh, right, I disabled Lucy. Sorry. I turned Lucy off. That makes sense. Okay, we're good now. All right, let's give this another shot. Ready? Here we go. Take two.
believe I actually just saved him. Woo! Who's the boss? Me! Wait, where's my light? But the cacti! I just had it! Why wasn't I prepared for this? I knew I was gonna step in. I had it all planned and everything. Whatever, let's see. Is there anything in this mess that's... No, that won't be useful. Not that either. Aha! Got it! My lantern! This'll be... Wait, no! Oh, jeez. Why am I such a... Oh!
Oh my gosh, I accidentally broke something real fast. Sorry, one second. Sorry. I broke something. What I'm looking for. Real quick. Sorry to interrupt you. I forgot that I broke her head rotation. Well, 1 second. Let me just quickly add. This should be super easy to fix. Disabled. In the meantime, how was that so far? Good? You guys like it? It's just a black screen for the first little bit, but let me just quickly set this up. I'm so sorry for that. Let me speed run this real fast. Don't leave. If type is equal to disabled, then return. Okay, I need to add this to the body rotation as well. I knew this was gonna cause problems, but I just forgot to fix it. It's the same as before? Well, yeah, it's the same as before. It's just higher tech now. It has new models and stuff like that. And better animation slightly. So, one second. Alright, this should work now, hopefully. And we can just skip to the beginning of that part there. So, let's go day 1 caves, and I'll set the position. I'll set body. Move, or no, wait. Body, set rotation type to be disabled. There we go. And this should hopefully work. Hi, Atlas. Atlas has come to watch the finale. I can't believe I didn't fix that before the live stream. I should have. Okay. There we go. Now it should work. All right. Technical difficulties. All right. Let's retry this. Hopefully this works. Ready? And let me quickly look at the script to figure out where I should jump to. It looks like I should jump to 2185. Actually, 2060. What are you doing, Atlas? So we can do script, intro script, skip to event time 2060. Here we go.
I can't believe I actually just saved him. Woo!
There we go.
Who's the boss? Me! Oh, jeez.
There we go, it's fixed.
Oh! Okay, you're alive. That's... Hi, okay, hold on. Sorry about that. Usually my shit is way more organized than this. But listen, man, I'm glad you're alive and stuff, but we gotta go. I can explain later, but can you walk? Your legs got kind of messed. Okay, come on, let's go. Oh, my frozen flowers. Your legs are bad. Okay, come here. Just don't run. It'll only hurt worse. My house is right over there. I'll help. I can lead the way.
All right, let's go, Lucy.
This way.
So this is all very rough, but and that's all I have so far. So it's not a lot, but I've just been setting up Lucy's AI, getting it to work. Lucy, her head rotations are basically fixed. If you notice, she kind of is looking around, like when spikes shoot up, she'll sometimes look at them, etc., etc. But, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna keep working on that, and hopefully I will have that done pretty soon. What in the world? That was really weird. But she will have proper animations to them, but just I don't have them right now. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And I think that's all I have for today. So we have the live stream. The next live stream is next week. Be sure to be there. Same time, same place. We have, I think the devlog is coming out this week. I'm not fully sure, but I'm pretty sure the devlog is coming out this week. And make sure to like, subscribe, do all of that. It really, really helps out the channel a ton. And I will see you guys later. All right. Thank you all so much. Goodbye. How do I end the stream?